Okay, I'm in New York right now and I wanted to film a quick video on the concept of reverse engineering your goals. And by that, I mean setting targets, whether they're big or small, for the short or long term, and breaking those down into steps that you can take. And if you take those steps consistently over that period of time, you're more likely to achieve that outcome than less likely, right? A lot of people set goals without breaking that goal down, and that's why they can often feel quite overwhelming or unachievable. However, I do really find that for me, it helps so much to kind of break down what I need to do in order to get to where I want to get. I also do this across all the different facets of my life and business. So I'll break this down across health, right? So if I want to be in great shape by summer, I know that I need to go to the gym at least 4 or 5 times a week, eat healthy, drink lots of water, right? Those are different steps you can take to get into good shape. Another aim that I had like 5 years ago, and I wrote this down, was to attend the Louis Vuitton fashion show, right? Obviously, this might not mean much to people who don't care about fashion, but in the world of fashion, that's a pretty big milestone to achieve. As someone who, at the time of writing that down, I'd never been to a fashion show in my life. In order to get to the Louis Vuitton show, I probably need to go to slightly smaller shows first, and then slightly smaller than that, and then like down to the tiniest shows. In order to get into the tiniest shows, you need to either be famous or work within the industry. And I was not famous, I'm still not famous, but I realized, okay, I can probably work in the industry in some capacity. So I'm a confident writer. I decided that writing about fashion shows would be my way to get there. So I started writing about fashion shows, emailing hundreds of magazines, right, every week, until one of them kind of gave me an opportunity to write about Paris Fashion Week. So I wrote about Paris Fashion Week, and then the next 6 months after that, I went to Paris again. I covered small Fashion Week shows, again, getting rejected by Louis Vuitton every time, right? Sending an email every single time, at least 4 or 5 times, I got rejected by Louis Vuitton. Finally, in the summer of 2024, I was working with Wonderland magazine, which is obviously a big publication. And finally, the Louis Vuitton invite came through and I was there and it happened, right? I'll pull off a photo here. But again, the point I'm trying to make is no matter whether it's in your career or in your health, it's really important to set those small goals that you can do over a consistent time period that allow you to maximize your chances of hitting your goals. And yeah, like I try and apply that to everything I do. I'm not gonna lie to you, sometimes it won't work at all. However, you have to have faith in the fact that if you do all the smaller goals that you've set yourself, you're going to be closer to where you want to be, full stop. And I think that's really powerful. So yeah, that is my thought for today, reverse engineering your goals. And yeah, I think if anyone finds this useful at all, then it's worth making this video. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to work. Have a great day, and yeah, love.